So we are going to take the chapter today. The session is all about the air. Let me know that if you are not feeling well in like middle of the session, let me know that if your head is like you are getting headache or anything.
No,
Okay.
no, ma'am, I'll be fine.
Okay, sure. So if any case you have like in some trouble, like you are not feeling well, so let me know.
No, ma'am, it's fine.
Okay. Don't hesitate. Free, like you are free to tell me that you are not feeling well now. I am like I can't proceed further. Okay, we can wind up that. Okay.
Ma'am, it's fine.
Okay, so let's start with the chapter that is air. That okay. So let me know how what do you know about air?
Air is an element, an element in Earth that is based on basically the wind. It's based on the sky.
Okay.
And air can help in a lot of things.
Okay, you used a word that is wind here.
Yes,
So what is wind?
Yes, ma'am. Wind is like a mixture of components like oxygen, carbon dioxide, and nitrogen that is everywhere around us.
Okay, so let's see here what is wind. When air is in motion, when it is moving, the moving air is known as the wind.
Yes, ma'am.
This is all about air here. Air is a mixture of different gases. We have different gases in our air. There are some properties of air that are, it is colorless, it has no color. That's why we can't see air. And there is no taste in like of air. It is transparent that we can see throughout it, right? We can see the air, all the things. Air is present everywhere. Air occupies space. It fills all the spaces in container which is otherwise empty and seems to be empty. When there is a container which is empty, which has nothing in it, so that also occupies some space. And air exerts pressure in all the directions here. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So here we are going to talk about the composition of air. So air is not one substance, but it is a mixture. As we have here discussed in the previous slide here, that air is a mixture of many gases, right? So air is not one substance. Air is a mixture of many different gases, right? So
Yes,
air is
ma'am.
a mixture of some gases, water vapor, dust particles.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so many things are there in the air present. Okay, the gases in the air are mainly nitrogen and oxygen. Nitrogen, oxygen, and a small amount of carbon dioxide and some other gases.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, the gases in the air are mainly nitrogen, oxygen, and a small amount of carbon dioxide, and there are some other gases also, helium, like other gases. Okay. Now,
Yes,
so
ma'am.
is like a pie chart. Pie chart which has the nitrogen 78.11%, oxygen, the diagram showed here 20.95% here, other gases 0.94 here. So this is the composition here, that there is like these amount of gases are present in there.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, air contains water vapor, as we have learned here. When air comes in contact with a cool surface, it gets cooled and fog appears, right? When air is getting something cool surface and it gets cooled and fog appears, right? The presence of water vapor in the air is important for the water cycle in nature. The water vapors that are present in the air are important for the water cycle. Can you tell me about the water cycle? Do you know something
Yes,
about?
ma'am. Water cycle is the process when the water gets evaporated, then condensates and precipitates and goes back to where it started from.
This is the water cycle when air is evaporating. When you said the evaporation, the water vapors that are present in the air are important here, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, air contains dust particles here. What are dust particles?
Yes, ma'am. Dust particles are basically the germs and viruses or any dirt that has in the ground, and the air it picks it up, and then now it carries it everywhere.
Yeah. So dust particles means the germs, impurities that air has, right? Air contains.
Yes, ma'am.
And it varies, it differs from like place to place or time to time, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Now we talk about the oxygen. Do you know about oxygen? Something about oxygen here?
Yes, ma'am. All I know is oxygen is needed for the humans and animals, all the living beings to survive, because it's we need oxygen to breathe in. Yes, ma'am.
Anything else you know about oxygen?
No, ma'am.
Okay. So oxygen is very important in the air. It's a very major component of air which supports here the burning, that is called the oxygen. Oxygen is very necessary for the survival of all the living beings. As we know that if we are breathing in, so oxygen is required. We are breathing oxygen, right? So it is required in the respiration.
Yes.
Okay. Now percentage of oxygen in the air is around 20.95%.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So this much of like oxygen is present in the air.
Yes, ma'am.
Are we good here?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, fine. Now, if I talk about the nitrogen here, the major part of the air is nitrogen. It takes up 4/5 of the space. Here, 78.11%. That air fills. Nitrogen does not support burning. Which gas support burning?
Oxygen.
Now, if I talk about the oxygen, oxygen makes up the small, like here, the small component 0.03% of air around us. It causes a feeling of suffocation. All materials, when they burn, consume oxygen and produce carbon dioxide. When anything burns, it consumes the oxygen and produces the carbon dioxide. We also produce the carbon dioxide.
Yes, ma'am.
Right?
Yes, ma'am.
The carbon dioxide is taken by the plants
Plants.
to make their food. So it is also written here, the plants need carbon dioxide for photosynthesis and to live.
Yes, ma'am.
And it is also produced along with water vapor during respiration. Right?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, if I talk about the second thing, this is the atmosphere here, that our earth is surrounded by a air in the form of a thin layer, right? Or earth is surrounded by a air in the form of a thin layer. This thin layer is called the atmosphere. Okay, that layer is known as the atmosphere. And the atmosphere extends up to several kilometers. The air becomes thinner and thinner as we go high up from the surface of the earth, right? When
Yes.
we are going up from the earth, so it is becoming thinner and thinner.
Yes.
The atmosphere is quite active due to the movement of air with respect to the earth. Where because of the movement of air, the atmosphere is quite active. Okay. The processes like cloud formation, thundering, rain, etc. occur in the atmosphere.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now, if we talk about uses of air here, so what are the uses of air? What do you think about it? What will be the uses here?
Ma'am, air can be used for many things, like what do you say, filling up things, and like also for movement and many other stuff.
Anything else
No,
you
ma'am.
can think about?
Air, it can also help what do you say, the birds and stuff, like suppose they have to fly. When they flap their wings, the air helps them to fly. And then the hot air balloon also, we need what do you say, wind and air for it to fly up.
Okay. So here, air exerts force on objects that become in its way. This property is quite useful when where air exerts some force on objects that come in its way. Okay, that fun like fire cane, spin wheel is based on the force applied by air here. Okay, so if we play with the fire cane, spin wheel, or these kind of things, so that is like moved by the air only. And if we talk about the windmill also, the air current that makes the windmill to rotate here. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Air helps in the movement of sailing yachts, sliders, okay, parachutes, and aircraft. So air is helping in the movement of sailing here, sailing yachts, sliders, parachute, aircraft, these things. Air also helps in the disposal of seeds and pollen of the flower. If we talk, we will talk about the how the you have disposal of seeds. What happens is disposal of seeds means the distribution of seeds. Like suppose, let me know, you can see my red marker here.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so if there is a seed, right? Okay, because of the air, it dispersed to different places. These seeds are here. So due to the wind, the moving air, these seeds will be scattered to different places. Okay.
Yes.
Why is it necessary? Why is it says that it is useful here? Because if we see here, a group of seeds are growing at a place, then there will be a tough competition. There will be a tough competition in getting the sunlight, getting the water, getting the space, and there will be insufficient of nutrients for them also. Yes. Right? So that's why here the dispersion of seeds we will read in the future, like in the next, like in this class or Definitely you are going to read about this dispersion of seeds in grade 7, where you will see how the dispersion of seeds are useful. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
And pollens of flowers, what happens is there are some pollen grains that is present in the male male part of the flower, and it transfer to the female part to like to produce a seed. Okay.
Yes,
For the reproduction, pollens are useful. So this pollen grains are transferred due to the movement of the air here.
yes, ma'am.
Okay. Are we good here?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Compressed air is used in tires of vehicles. So what do you mean by this? Any idea?
Yes, ma'am. And for the tire to move, like move and rotate properly, they use air to fill inside very tightly. Like so, there's no they put like they fill the tire with full air, so so it's more bigger and it can move easily and properly. Yes, that's it.
Okay. So compressed air that is used in the tires, when uh, we say here that here the tires need the air, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So because it makes it to the tires can move only when it is compressed with the air, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So now nitrogen is used on a large scale or to manufacture fertilizers. Do you know what are fertilizers here?
Ma'am, fertilizers are the ones that are used to make the plants better.
What? Pardon?
Ma'am, fertilizers are the ones that like make help the plants grow faster.
Grow faster, not it is like to maintaining the nutrients level.
Mm.
Okay, the growth will be good.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So winnowing is we are also going to read how to separate the mixture of two substances here.
I think I know winnowing. Like when there are two different substances, because of the wind, the lighter particles
Yeah.
get
Mhm.
flown by the air and they're blown away, while the
Yes.
heavier particles are staying.
Mhm. Good show.
Thank you.
Okay. So winnowing is possible only because of the air. As we know, if there is no air, so the lighter particles won't move, right? So to
Yes.
move that, we need the air. So this is useful here.
Yes.
Okay. Now, air is also useful for playing several musical instruments also. How? Explain this.
I'm not really sure, ma'am, but I think they are used. Like suppose, like for a flute, when you blow, the different air that comes out, like makes the musical notes or something, and then the holes also there.
Okay. So what are the musical instruments where air is useful?
The only one that I could think of is flute, because I don't know. Yeah, flute, trumpet, then that phone thing, the big one.
Okay. Flute, yeah. These kind of instruments right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so birds, bats, and many insects fly in the air. Explain this point. Very easy.
Yes, ma'am, because like suppose birds and bats, they have wings. So, and when they flap their wings, the air helps them to fly up in the sky, and insects also.
Okay. Okay. So birds, as we know, birds, bats, and many insects fly in the air. So air is useful in that, right?
Yes, ma'am.
If there will be no air, they won't be able to fly, right?
Yes.
We cannot hear the sounds in the absence of air. Okay. Do you know that air is the medium through air, like by because of the air, sounds travel from one place to another.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So air is very necessary that we are able to hear anyone, any sound or anything. Like it is reaching to our ears with the help of air. Okay.
Yes.
Various components of air play and various important roles are there also. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Let's move to the next slide. Okay. Okay. Is there any doubt till now?
No, ma'am.
Are we good?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. My slide says before the oxygen and carbon dioxide in the air. So what is the like the need here?
I don't know.
How we can obtain this?
Ma'am, we can, if you want obtain like oxygen, like give oxygen, you can gain mostly that like by plants, because they give, when we breathe out carbon dioxide, they take in carbon dioxide, and they give out oxygen which we take in. So basically, like you are giving carbon dioxide, and you also there plants are also giving carbon dioxide. Uh, they're taking in giving oxygen carbon.
Through the respiration, oh sorry, through the respiration in plants and animals. It is done by the respiration in plants and animals. As we know that the plants take in the carbon dioxide and release oxygen, right, during the process of photosynthesis, and we utilize the oxygen during respiration, right? So by this uh, there is balance between the oxygen and carbon dioxide, as plants are taking carbon dioxide and we are taking the oxygen, and we are giving the carbon dioxide and they are giving the oxygen. Okay, if they produce the much of more oxygen during the photosynthesis, then they consume during respiration. This is how oxygen consumed by plants and to large extent by animals is replenished in the air through photosynthesis. So the process goes on, like if they are producing much oxygen, so they will take in the oxygen, some of the oxygen which is in the air, and they will again like produce it.
Yes.
Right? Okay, so the last thing, I think, yeah, the last thing I'm going to talk about is air pollution. So,
Yes.
yeah. So what do you know about air pollution here?
Air pollution happens when all this dust and all the smoke and the fumes that comes from the industries and all the air pollution, that air waste and air dirt that are in the air that causes like diseases and like a very dusty environment.
Mm.
That's called air pollution.
Okay, so the addition of substances in the environment. There, if the substances are like harmful substances are present in the air, that creates that like harmful substances are present in the air, like in the environment, is the pollution. And when air is getting that like polluted, when the air is getting the harmful particles, so it is becoming air pollution, right? So air is getting polluted day by day because of various human activities, like if we burn the fuels, right? Fuels like coal, petroleum, and where then the excessive burning of fuels like wood, smoke, harmful gases released from the industries. So smoke released by vehicles and machines, releasing gases that are the major causes of air pollution. So the gases that spread and mix in the air and spoil the quality of air, that makes the air impure, right? When the all this gases spread over and it spoil the quality of air, so that makes the air impure, and that air is known as the air pollution. Means the air is polluted, right? So air
Yes.
pollution has major adverse effects on plants and animals as well as human beings. So if we talk about the what are the effects of air pollution on plants and animals as well as us also, so there are some of them, like harmful gases present in the polluted air make breathing difficult. We have a very like we got like we get difficulty in breathing, right?
Yes.
Air pollution also leads a lot of lung diseases, like we get asthma, we get lung cancer if we are taking a lot of polluted air. So they are damaging our lung, right? And also air pollution also damages the crops also. So you may like someone can question you how what is the like effects of air pollution, so you should know about the effects.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, if we do not start looking after the quality of air around us, and the carbon dioxide level will no longer be balanced, and the living beings will the ones getting affected,
Yes, ma'am.
right? if
Yes.
if there is the quality of air is bad, that's why, or the ministers or the like the people who are concerned, they have the work to check the air quality. If we say, they have to check what is the quality of air, right, in the
Yes,
city, what is the air quality, so that the human beings of that city should not be affected, right?
ma'am.
So there are a number of ways which we can reduce air pollution. So what are the ways which we can reduce the air pollution here? Some of them are the planting more and more trees, recycling plastic. People do is like nowadays planting more and more trees is very rare, because pollution is, the number of people is like increasing day by day,
Yes, ma'am.
and people are cutting down the plants and having the houses, having the like tall buildings.
Yes, ma'am.
So planting more and more trees is not following by everyone. there are number of ways, like we can also like, and people the uh, like the people who like collects all the plastic, they burn that plastic, right? And all the plastic, and that causes a lot of pollution in the air. And the burning of the plastic like causes a lot of pollution and the harmful gases also. When we burn a plastic, so it like it produces harmful gases also, that is very harmful for us. So there should be regular checking of vehicles also for emission of harmful gases, like the we call it like pollution of a vehicle, that
Yes, ma'am.
how much they are they good, like they are not creating much smoke, right? They are not polluting, right, the
Yes.
environment. So these are the things here. Okay, are we good here?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, fine. So I'm good for today's session. Okay, but now I am going to take the quiz round. I hope there is no doubt, or is there any doubt you can ask me?
No, ma'am.
Okay, that means we are good, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So, what is air?
Ma'am, air is basically a component, an element that is all around the place.
Mhm. Okay, major part of the air is constituted by,
Nitrogen.
is it nitrogen?
Yes, ma'am.
Correct. Nitrogen consists, there are like 3/4 of portion of the air is the nitrogen. Which of the following gas helps in burning? Nitrogen, oxygen, carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide.
Oxygen.
Which of the gas is we use in breathing?
Oxygen.
Wind is,
Wind is the movement of air.
yeah. Air is present in,
Everywhere.
correct. Air is a mixture, a pure substance, an element, anything that depends on the place where it is found.
Yes.
Hmm?
What am I supposed to answer in this question, ma'am?
Air is dash. Is it a mixture? Is it a pure substance here? Is it any element, or is it anything that depends on the place where it is found?
Oh, it's a mixture.
Okay. Any envelope of air that surrounds the earth is known as
Atmosphere.
atmosphere. That is correct. Okay. Next. Which is not a property of air. It occupies space. It is transparent. It is a solution. It is a compound.
It's a solution.
No, it's a compound. Okay. The ratio of nitrogen to oxygen in the air is?
The ratio of nitro.
What is the ratio of nitrogen to oxygen is?
78 to 20.
Ratio 4:9. Okay.
Okay.
The main constituent of the air is?
Main. What, ma'am?
What is the main component of the air is?
Nitrogen.
When air is in dash, it is called wind.
When the air is moving.
Okay. Air has no dash, and one can see through it. It is
No color.
And it is
transparent.
Air is really not one substance, but it is a
Mixture.
Air contains dash particles.
Dust particles.
Correct. The component of air that supports burning is called
Oxygen.
the oxygen help in breaking down the digested food in the body to release
Woman.
the oxygen helps in breaking down the digested food in the body to release the
Carbon dioxide.
to release the energy.
Oh.
Our earth is surrounded by
Atmosphere.
initial drops of first rain brings a lot of dash with them.
Water vapor.
Dirt.
Dirt.
The aquatic animals use dissolved oxygen in water for respiration. This is possible because oxygen is dash in water.
Oxygen is dissolved in water.
Soluble in water. Soluble means it can be mixed in water. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Nitrogen of air is used on large scale to manufacture
Fertilizers.
air is present in atmosphere, water and
Everywhere.
soil. The method of separating two components of a mixture which is based on the wind is
Winnowing.
correct. Dash air is used in tires of vehicles.
Compressed air.
Perfect. Dash is the place in nature of gaseous exchange.
Plants.
Atmosphere.
Hmm.
True or false? We cannot see air.
True.
Air is a compound and not an
True.
element. It's a false. A firki rotates only in the open area in a closed room with the ceiling fan switched on.
False.
True. Open areas allow air to move here and there.
True.
Air is an opaque material.
False.
All living organisms require air for the survival.
True.
Air contains water vapors.
True.
We breathe in carbon dioxide and breathe out oxygen.
False.
A policeman controlling the traffic wears a mask to prevent the dust particles from entering his respiratory system through breathing.
True.
Air is necessary for burning things.
True.
The major part of the air is nitrogen.
True.
Air becomes thinner and thinner as we go higher and higher from the surface of Earth.
True.
Plants produce oxygen during photosynthesis.
True.
Plants do not respire.
False.
Perfect. Very good.